Trump is now lashing out against Putin, as he said in an interview earlier today, that he was, quote, very angry and pissed off at comments that the Russian president made when he was talking about the legitimacy of Zelensky as the president of Ukraine. Because as a reminder, the 5-year presidential term that Zelensky began back in 2019 officially ended in May of 2024, and Ukraine has not had another presidential election since then. So we've heard Russia numerous times for nearly a year now call out the fact that Zelensky is no longer the legitimate president. In fact, they pointed to the question of, well, who are we going to negotiate? If you don't have a real president, I guess any agreement between Putin and what would be Zelensky, well, that's not exactly valid. And so you have Russia now negotiating with the United States because they see the US as being the real driving force behind whatever Kiev does or whatever they agree to. Trump then brought up his frustration with the fact that Russia is calling for Ukraine to have new elections, to let the Ukrainian people decide whether they want Zelensky to serve another 5-year term or whether they want someone else. Because as Trump pointed to, hey, this is going to stall the overall peace process. It's going to drag out the war in Ukraine. And it's like he still hasn't figured it out that that is exactly what Russia is doing right now. Because Russia does not need a ceasefire. Russia does not need an end to this war right now. Russia is making progress on the battlefield and continuing to advance there. Therefore, it makes sense that they are going to draw attention to the fact that Ukraine is way past due for elections and that the Ukrainian people need to decide who their president is going to be. And it's like Trump is just now figuring out that he's not going to get a nice, tidy peace agreement and an end to this war nearly as quickly as he thought that he was going to be able to. And so now you have Trump threatening to put more tariffs on Russia, as if they're not already the most sanctioned nation in the world. Like, one more tariff, one more sanction is going to really do the job and force Russia to the negotiating table. Not only does Trump not seem to get it, but it really seems like he's in for a major wake-up call once he finally realizes, or at least starts to admit, the reality of the situation here.